Ever wondered about the lesser-known empires that have shaped our world? One such example is the Belgian Colonial Empire, a relatively recent player on the historical stage. This empire came into existence in the late 19th century, and despite its relatively short lifespan, it left an indelible mark on the regions it controlled. Although it doesn't always garner the same attention as its larger counterparts, the Belgian Colonial Empire's history is a compelling chapter in the story of global imperialism. Today we dive into the history of the Belgian Colonial Empire. The roots of the Belgian Colonial Empire trace back to the late 19th century, a time of colonial exploration and exploitation. Belgium, a small European nation, sought to expand its influence and wealth by establishing colonies overseas. The man leading this venture was none other than King Leopold II. With a dream of empire and wealth, he turned his attention to Central Africa. Leopold managed to convince other European powers at the Berlin Conference to recognize his private venture, the Congo Free State. But this was no ordinary state. It was a vast territory over 76 times the size of Belgium, rich in resources like ivory and rubber. Leopold ruled it not as a Belgian king, but as an absolute sovereign. Yet his rule was marked by brutal exploitation and horrendous atrocities, causing international outrage. This marked the beginning of Belgium's colonial ambitions. The Belgian colonial empire was not confined to the Congo. As the empire sought to broaden its horizons, it turned its gaze towards the territories of Rwanda-Urundi, situated to the east of the Congo. In the early 20th century, these territories were added to the Belgian colonial portfolio, further expanding the empire's reach. Belgium's control over these regions was far from passive. Much like in the Congo, the Belgians implemented a system of indirect rule, relying on local rulers to maintain order and enforce colonial policies. This system allowed Belgium to exert a degree of control that belied the geographical distance between the European homeland and its African colonies. The Belgians also sought to transform these regions economically. They introduced new agricultural practices, promoted the cultivation of cash crops, and invested heavily in infrastructure. These changes, while often disruptive to local societies, were instrumental in integrating Rwanda-Urundi into the global economy. Thus, Belgium's colonial reach extended, leaving an indelible mark on these lands. The Belgian Colonial Empire, like any other, brought about significant changes to the regions it controlled. In the heart of Africa, the Belgians embarked on large-scale projects, carving out roads, railways, and ports, essentially laying the groundwork for the modern infrastructure we see in these regions today. The Belgians also made strides in education. Schools were established, and although the curriculum was heavily influenced by Belgian culture and history, it was an introduction to formal education for many local populations. In the realm of agriculture, the Belgians introduced new crops and farming techniques, transforming the local economies. Coffee, tea, and cotton were among the new crops introduced, providing an economic backbone for these regions that still holds today. Moreover, the Belgians also played a significant role in industrial development. They tapped into the rich mineral resources of these lands, setting up mining industries that are still major economic drivers in these regions. But it's not just the physical and economic landscapes that were transformed. The Belgian rule also had profound social and cultural impacts. The introduction of Western ideologies and the imposition of the Belgian language and culture had far-reaching effects on the local populations, shaping their identities in ways that are still evident today. The Belgian rule, in effect, altered the course of these regions' histories. The legacy of this colonial past is ingrained in the fabric of these societies, influencing their present and undoubtedly their future. As the winds of change swept across the globe, the Belgian colonial empire too faced its inevitable end. The journey to independence was far from smooth. It was a turbulent path marked by economic instability, civil unrest, and struggles for identity. In the heart of Africa, Congo, Rwanda, and Burundi emerged from the ashes of colonial rule, shaking off the chains of the past. The transition was fraught with challenges. The echoes of colonial policies continued to reverberate, causing ripples in the newly formed nation's political and social fabric. The Congo declared independence in 1960, followed by Rwanda and Burundi in 1962. The journey was a testament to the resilience of these nations, a testament to their unyielding spirit in the face of adversity. Despite gaining independence, the shadows of the Belgian colonial empire continue to linger in these nations. The echoes of the past continue to shape their present, a poignant reminder of their colonial history. The Belgian Colonial Empire, a lesser-known player on the global stage, played a significant role in the history of the regions it controlled. From the late 19th to the mid-20th century, the empire's influence permeated the fabric of these territories, leaving a legacy that continues to ripple through the present. Despite the challenges faced during the path to independence, these nations have forged their own identities. As we explore the past, we realize how it continues to shape our present, reminding us of the intricate web of history that binds us all.